Didn't expect that, did you?
I don't think anyone expected that. Welcome back to Andertons TV, everybody. And I think it's safe to say I have no idea what to expect in the next 40 minutes or so of YouTube land. But welcome to Guildford, Danny Sapko.
Thank you so much. Have you thought of a title for this interview?
I mean, what you might think it would be Captain Meets Danny Sapko, but I kind of feel, what would the title be?
It's Sappers and the Captain.
All about the bass.
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, I think we're going to have a bit of fun in this. Some of me wants to talk about, your musical journey and draw on, like I would with any other musician that's earning a living out of playing, and just hints and tips and gear choices and stuff like that. And I know we're going to go into the store and we're going to do like one of the sort of, you've got a budget to pick your rig, and we'll have a bit of a jam at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing obviously if this is you're known, I think, half for obviously the bass playing and half for the sort of comedic kind of stuff.
Being an idiot online.
So I guess, where are we going to go? You tell me.
Well, where did you first discover me? Can you remember?
In a cesspit of controversy, I suspect.
I see.
So, I mean, that.
Well, so that's a heavy topic for the start of the video. We'll get onto there. Well, let me take you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let me take you back. So, I started off as a guitarist, which is, I don't like to advertise it too much because I think that's what everyone thinks bass players are, failed guitarists, which might be true. But I started off playing guitar when I was about 12, 13, and I just got a band just came to me and says, right, we need a bass player. And I was like, right, I'll do it. And the first time I ever played bass was on stage in a pub. Literally, I picked it up.
Wow.
But I was just like, oh, this is much easier. Like, this is
You weren't
great.
the bass player in Spandau Ballet, were you? Isn't that the story?
Is it? Have I stolen that story?
No, I think it's Gary Kemp was the main.
Right.
And he just said to his brother, we need a bass player, and Martin Kemp picked a bass up and was the bass player in Spandau.
It's the same with Paul McCartney and Beatles.
Is
This is the story from as far back as time tells. But I just picked it up and I was like, oh, this is much easier because I'm quite a lazy man. I was like, 4 strings feels easier. 4 fingers, 4 strings makes a lot more sense to me, But it was a white BC Rich Warlock copy. And it used to shock me. I used to get it was like a shock collar. I felt like every time I made a mistake, it'd zap me like this. And then I got hold of a Tokai hard puncher. Do you remember them, the Tokai? So it's like a Fender P bass, like lawsuit bass.
Right.
And that was great. I played that for ages and I really sort of learned to play on that. And I went off to university and sort of messed around some more for a couple of years. And I was like, right, I really want to avoid the real world. So I started my YouTube channel. And in the beginning, I still cringe watching these when I go back, but I tried to copy Davey 504 and all these other guys and got absolutely nowhere. But it's always been the dream. I was sort of going through life kind of playing in these little covers bands and a few original bands, but I was just like, YouTube's the thing I want to do. So I kept going through the good times and the bad, and it's only 3-4 years ago that I've had any success, to be honest. It was...
Again, staying on a sort of a serious topic at the moment, I started playing bass because I thought 4 strings looked easier than 6 strings. Mm-hmm. I played bass from the age of about 13 to probably not maybe 14, for over a year, until I think, if I'm honest with you, what I should have done was got into a band, because what I got was bored of basically playing an instrument that I didn't feel held like a melody part. So I just thought, even though the guitar looks more difficult, I need to learn that because I want to play melodies.
Okay.
And then what I soon realized that actually, and this is the bit I think will surprise people, I think guitar is easier than bass. But you've gone the other way. So what was your experience?
Well, I just think sort of the music that I'm into, it's, just sort of, a lot of just rock and roll, some sort of punk rock stuff. And it seems to be the drums are keeping it steady, the guitars are da 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 da. It's the bass that's doing the melody.
Right.
Like a lot of stuff, like with like I was in Camden the other day with the band The Wops, the little Italian punk kids, and we did they made me learn a Rancid song, and then for them two, it dead easy. For me, I spent like 2 days like learning that song. The bass line's the hardest part, and with a lot of sort of punk rock stuff, that's how it is. Like the bass is the interesting bit.
Were you a punk rocker at 12, or is that?
I have some pictures of me in my Ramones and Sex Pistols t-shirts at 12.
Yeah.
But if I'm totally honest, it's developed more with my character in the last few years that I've actually got into it more. Plus my partner Kira is well into all that stuff, and she's got a real mohawk instead of my pretend mohawk.
That's cool. What? So, look, I was interested because I think most people that I know that have kind of hit the sort of success that you've had on YouTube have had a journey where for several years they balanced a full-time job with trying to create content and build it. But I'm interested, you've obviously made a pretty significant sacrifice in terms of just what your quality of life must have been in those early YouTube, or did you not even see it like that?
Well, yeah, I think I'd say my story's a little bit different. I've never really talked about this, to be honest, but I came out of uni, and in a bid to avoid the real world, I was just like, right, I'm just gonna do music and that's it. And I sort of came out, and I was, like I said, I was gigging a little bit and I was doing a bit of teaching, but like up until 3 years ago, I was living in like a single room above a pub with no hot water and like sleeping on the floor. And I was like, I built my little video studio in that room. And it's weird because it looks good. You can see that like your Aguilar amp that was slowly paying off for 5 years in the background. But yeah, I had a tough old time, and I was just like, you're sort of ready to give up, really. And then I really gave up, and I got a job at Gear for Music.
I've heard of them, some, I'm not sure, I think.
Well, it was... I don't know if you'll use this, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Yeah, come on.
So, it was like the impossible job. They advertised, they wanted someone to come in and do it all, be a musician, know how to use the camera and do all the editing, and it was like a one-man show, and they had to play every instrument. And I went in the interview, and they said, yeah, you seem like a good fit for the job. And they said, you seen Andertons? I was like, yeah. It's like, well, we're sort of hoping to, do our own thing. What do you think of their stuff? I was like, oh, yeah, great. And then I thought, oh, good, I'm going to be like setting fire to bloody microcubes and chucking bloody guitar cases out the window, a la Andertons. And it was, I think the final straw for me, they just wouldn't let me do anything interesting. And the final straw was, they built a studio next to like a set of offices in Gear for Music, and it was all done on headphones, and I remember plugging in a keyboard to a laptop speaker, and I played some keyboard, and someone ran in and said, fucking turn that down. And I was like, right, I can't do this anymore. I lasted 9 months, and I was like, I've got to do my own thing. And I put out a YouTube short. I was like, I'll try this new thing, YouTube Shorts. And my first one got 200,000 views straight away. Really shit video. Just fucking, this is the sound of old bass strings, and this is the sound of new bass strings, and that was it. And I thought, right, all right, if I can just do that every day, obviously it don't work like that. You're not going to get 200,000 views every day. But from that moment on, I was just like, I'm going to do a video every day. And I have.
But I should say as well, just for balance, Gear for Music, great store. Don't sue us. Obviously, these are all Danny's opinions and not mine. I think sometimes those simplest video ideas are the best ones, right? Aren't they? Just old strings versus new strings. Great. It's almost too simple for anyone to even think would be a good video. And then, of course, you realise it's a huge subject. Yeah. Shorts, if I remember rightly, Shorts is not a great source of income. No. So 200,000 views, just it's good exposure, but that's about it.
But yeah, but I get 1 million shorts views a day now. Like, it's doing really well. So if you do get enough views, you can survive off it. But I've had to try and do longer videos as well. But I'm on this weird streak now because it's been 3 years and I've put out a video every single day. I'm like, I can't break that now. And people like comment like, oh, it's 9:30 when you putting your video out, Danny. And people really like rely on it. But that's okay, I don't mind. Like, especially when if you've had a really crap video and you think, oh, that's the last thing that's online about me. I'm like, okay, tomorrow's is good.
What do you think? What do you think 18-year-old Danny would have hoped to have achieved? But do you see? Do you think there would have been like ultimate success would have been the bass player in a punk rock band?
Well,
or actually, is this ticking a lot of boxes?
It is. It is. I am hoping to do some more music. I feel like even on my channel, I don't play enough music, you know. So I am very happy. This year especially has been absolutely phenomenal. You know, it's just been like everything I've dreamed of. But yeah, I'm hoping to launch a bit more of a solo career, and I've started a new punk rock band. I'm playing guitar in it though.
Okay.
We're called the Melodies, and my best mate's a keyboard player. He's called Flash Cassette, and he does all this synth stuff. And I was like, let's start a punk band. He's like, I don't really like that sort of music. I was like, no, let's do it. It'll be great. And he was like, all right, I'll play bass. And I was like, oh yeah. And he was like, no, I'm going to learn the bass. You're on guitar. So I'm stuck on bloody guitar. So I'm doing that, and I'm hoping to launch my solo career a little bit more. But yeah, I even on the channel, I feel like I need to incorporate music a little bit more because, like, I've become accidentally become a comedian, and Detective Dipstick has been my other persona, which is, you know, if you want to ask me about it, this would lead on rather nicely, to be honest.
I was going to say, tell us about some of the pivotal moments on YouTube. I was saying to you as we were wandering back from the cafe, was by the time I've proof watched the content that Andertons is making, I'm not desperate to go and look for more YouTube content. So I'm not a great you know. So when I mean, I say as well that I felt ever so embarrassed as well when I first met Charles Bertrand. I think my opening
question was... How do you say his name?
I don't know, I can't even say his name properly.
French.
I was like, so what do you know, like, I think, what do you do? You know, like the guy's got like 50 billion subscribers. It's like, I feel like a bit of a dick. But that's my bad, that's on me. But yeah, so I wasn't super familiar with your channel until probably that moment.
Until I was thrust upon you.
But there must, I mean, I don't know if I'll set a timer, 2 minutes. That's all we're allowed to talk about that particular stuff. But before that, what other stuff? When did you sort of realise that, you know, you had this sort of talent maybe for making people laugh, and that you could have a funnier element to your channel? It's
really strange. I just planned to do bass player stuff, you know, and it was here's what flat one strings sound like, blah blah blah. Let's try this, you know, how to sound like James Jameson, this sort of thing. And in one of these videos, I did Royal Blood's bass tone, you know, Royal Blood. And for some strange reason, 2 people had requested the Royal Blood bass tone, and both of their YouTube thumbnails have had cats on them. And I said, and I just sort of off the cuff on one of these videos said, well, I always thought Royal Blood was music for pussies, and now I know it is. And that was the moment. And people were like, what? Like, that's a bit out of character. But some people were like, oh.
So it was pretty straight before then. I should also say as well, one of the things that I think it's quite, I sometimes think with YouTube channels, there's an element of imposter syndrome sometimes, and I put myself in that sometimes. You know, we portray this sort of expert opinion on all matters music, and you know, there are some experts. You know, Pete Honore's had a professional career, Pete Thorne, Rick Beato, you know, but there's also a lot of people that just haven't got any more experience than the next person. But
yeah,
I was going back on yours, and of course the one thing that comes up with a very different looking you is Bass Player of the Year.
Oh yeah, man.
2020. You know, like, so you know, they're obviously underneath everything is a very talented bass player.
thank you very much.
You're
Well,
very welcome.
that's what I'm hoping.
I'm talking about
to...
Charles, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, obviously, yeah, no, you are a talented bass player. So, but I kind of feel almost like if you've only just discovered your channel in the last 12 months, you might not even know that.
Yeah, and I'm very self-aware, thank God. I mean, you might not think that, but I think that I do like surprising people. It often backfires because bloody hell, I did like a poem the other day, and I'm quite good with writing lyrics and poetry. Put a poem out, and people were just like, "Oh, you can't just come out with that. It's Chat GPT. You've just like," and I was like, "No, why the hell would I do that? This is the best part, is being creative and doing this sort of stuff." So I think that people are so paranoid nowadays. Well, maybe I brought it up on myself about who's faking it and who's not, and but yeah, I do like surprising people with new instruments that I can play, and just if people haven't seen the channel before, I might do a bit of singing or something like that, and it's like, oh, So yeah, I'm not just a complete idiot who talks crap about other YouTubers.
I've started the 2 minutes now.
Okay.
I mean, that was literally, so I actually now remember exactly where I first found your channel.
Yeah.
It was because an hour after we'd put our interview out with Giacomo, someone said, "Have you seen this video from Danny Sapko?" So I was like, "No, watch." And then I think shortly after that we thought, perhaps we ought to take our video down. Perhaps this has all been taken in the same...
Yeah, sorry about that. That was that was very bad timing.
Well, no, I should say thank you, because I'd much rather that we had the opportunity to remove that video relatively immediately than it be up for a month and then your video, and then that would have been worse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did notice that, and straight away, like, people started piling on you in the comments, and I was thinking of messaging you all and just sort of saying, oh, I don't know if you're aware of this, or if someone's monitoring your bloody YouTube at 10 p.m. or whatever, but like, this it might have some bad effects for you, but I think, I don't know, I feel like we might be on slightly different pages, slightly with all this, but I think you're far too bloody soft on this guy. I think I think it needed to be done. Do you agree?
I think it needed to be done. I think the bit where you're referring to me being soft at is I think I've been on camera before with Alex Hutchins on this, of just going, I think some young people are under so much pressure to put this perfect version of themselves out there. And I think that Giacomo just went too far.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think what is to blame is society's expectation that we should all be perfect.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
but not condoning what he did.
No, but obviously not condoning stealing other people's music and fake guitar playing, stealing from children's charities, stealing from smaller guitar builders, and just being a twat in general.
But other than stealing from children's charities, being a twat, lying about how good he is on the guitar and everything else, other than that, would you say he's a nice guy? I was trying to do a Monty Python, what did the Romans do for us? sketch then. I just did it badly. But look, that's our 2 minutes up.
Fine.
You can go and watch hours of other content about that. Go
Do you want a can of Tetleys?
Have you bought a can of Tetleys?
I've got 3 cans of Tetleys.
Oh, sorry, no? Yes, please. I'm thinking Tetley's is a tea bag, but it's also a beer, isn't it? It's even still cold. That's how cold it is in Yorkshire. It's still cold from being up there yesterday.
I had to bring my own Tetleys. I couldn't find any Bovril down here.
See what he asked me? I bought him a sausage sandwich this morning. He asked for a sausage butty and said, did I know what a butty was? I do know what a butty is. We just don't use that language. And then, said, do you have any Bovril? Which our American audience is like, what language is this? Cheers.
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 Are you a Tetley's fan?
Oh, it's after midday.
Oh, I'm on holiday, man. Sorry, I know this is just a working day for you. But in Lancashire, they have bloody...
Where is Tetley's brewed then?
Leeds. I don't like Leeds. But
it's owned by Carlsberg.
Is it?
Brewed in the same place, isn't it? Basically, it's all fake beer, isn't it? But...
Yeah. In Lancashire, they have Bovril and milk, would you believe?
Bovril. So Bovril is like a beef extract, like
Yeah.
Marmite, but made of beef, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can either spread it on your toast or you can put hot water in it and make like a beef drink.
Spread it on your toast.
The idea of putting milk in it is the most revolting thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. They put hot milk in it. Anyway.
Where were we? So we were. Tell me about what was the to date. What stand out as things that you're most proud of that you've done, that you've put out on YouTube?
Ooh, good
I'm going to
question.
drink this, by the way.
Hey, you have to now. You can't waste me precious Tetleys. So, being a very jealous, non-successful YouTuber for years and years and years, you know, up until 3-4 years ago, I had 6,000 subscribers. Now on closing in on 500,000. I still smile at myself when I say that. You know, I'm very pleased with it. But I used to copy these guys, and you know, it didn't work until I started being myself. You know, but in the process of also copying them, I used to message Davey504 and say, please, can we do something together for years and years. I used to message Scott Devine and email him and say, you know, please, can I come on and do this, or would you feature me on this? And then, you know, I totally understand. I never got anywhere, you know. And I understand it more now because there's people doing the same with me, but I always try to be, you know, I'll always give them a nice comment or something like that, I'll feature them, but I get it, you just can't feature everyone who asks, you know. And so I developed a tactic, which I'm not overly proud of, but basically I made them aware of me in any way possible.
So, because the cynical me just thinks all of these videos where you're having a pop at Davey and he's having a pop back or whatever are all preconceived and contrived or whatever. But are you saying that the first ones weren't?
Basically, it's I had to get these people's attention just to get them to notice me. After a while, people started to play along, thankfully, or in some cases not. But it was just my own way of getting to work with these people. And so just being able to, and I will admit this on camera, my idols such as Davey and Charles and Scott, I've now worked with them all. But I had to do it in my own way to get their attention. And of course, you know, what did I send to you? I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it said.
It's something like "interview me, dipstick," and that was it. Just came through.
Like this.
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's, you know, I'm kind of game, I think, for any of that stuff.
Good. I'll bear that in mind.
Have you ever had a really negative reaction to something that you meant in the best spirit?
So with the whole Giacomo thing, I'm not talking about it, don't worry. I know the 2 minutes is over. It was very not me to do that, really. Everything up until that point had pretty much been a big joke, you know. And so when I did that, it was very serious. People were quite, some of them were confused because, you know, I'm calling this guy a dipstick, but then I'm calling Charles a dipstick, and obviously I don't mean it in the same way, you know. And after that, do you know Wings of Pegasus? Have you heard of that guy?
No.
He's a YouTuber. Basically, all he does is nowadays is he analyses auto-tune on singers.
I've seen.
Do you know who I mean?
Yeah, I do know who you mean. Yeah.
So he did like a feature on me and the whole Giacomo thing, and I got back into character, and kind of says, "Oh, he's missed the whole bloody point. This Wings of Ponciness or whatever I called him," and and kind of did this whole thing. But obviously, it was a serious situation, and all of his like fans came onto my channel because he's, by all accounts, a lovely, lovely guy, and they were just like, "This is really poor taste. You know, this guy's trying to help you, and you've attacked him," which I realise now that you can't mess about with when you're doing something serious.
Yeah.
And the jokey side, it's got to be separate. So that was a bit of a regret, and I'm a big soft bastard, and I wrote him a big apology email, and I hate like actually offending people.
And I think it was pretty clear to see there was a big difference between what some of the stuff you say about whether it be Davey or Charles or other people, and the point you were trying to make about Giacomo. But that nuance I think when you look at YouTube and you've got an English language, I mean, if you can call what you speak English, if you've an English language sort of program that then goes out globally to all the sarcasm and British humour and stuff like that is very difficult to translate. So you do have to be so careful about what you say. Even I know what I've just said to you 30 seconds ago. People go, terribly rude. Anyway, where was I? Well, yeah, I think you do have to accept that. The American audience has a very different perception of what we would see as sarcasm and banter, and they will see as like, oh, that was quite an offensive thing to say. And then of course you've got the rest of the world that are struggling to even understand what you say full stop, let alone get the nuance of the sarcasm. And then of course everyone comments, so it can be a pile-on sometimes.
I'm very afraid of taking the piss out of Americans because I fear they won't get it. And 70% of my viewers are American, would you believe? I can't believe it, to be honest.
That's high.
I didn't talk on camera for 8 years. I just played because I was like none of these people will understand me, my sense of humour, nothing. So, but they do. 70% of people watch my videos from America.
That's massive. I know Manaz is about 50%. So, I certainly, it's always been the biggest chunk. And you can see that kind of that tail of English language, whether it's US, UK, Canada, Australia, whatever, so I get it. They're all, why would you watch a video if you can't understand what the guy is talking about? Yeah. But do you think that's going to change the way that you approach to making videos, or have people just got to go, look, this is...
It's about time that, everyone's always pandering to an American audience. It's like they have to pander to Northern England from now on. I do this stupid thing, which Americans won't understand at all, where I'll, for different countries, if I'm taking the piss out of Davey 504, I'll go like cornetto, or, whatever, for their country. And someone commented saying, I might be one of your only Buddhist viewers. And, because I thought... Hare Krishna was Buddhist. It's not, it's Hindu. The joke totally backfired. But I went, you're my only Buddhist viewers. And I went, Harry Redknapp. And I just thought, I put it out and about four people got it.
Every level of insult there, isn't it? Just like get the religion wrong, the sport wrong, just everything.
And no one, 70% of people would have no idea about that joke for a start. But I just strive to just do that,
Oh man. Oh look, I think as a culture, I think the best thing about being British is that we don't take ourselves seriously.
Yeah.
And and I think that's where you get that weird culture clash. Not culture clash is the wrong word, but that misunderstanding of just like that, how it was meant, how it was said and how it was delivered was meant with fun and there's no undercurrent of trying to be mean about it, is it, anyway?
No, absolutely not.
Harry Redknapp. That's going to be mine. I'm signing out with that. Everything. Anywho, what else do you want to... We are going to take you into the store to do a little bit of a challenge of but is there anything else that you want to kind of... What people teach? You got any product that you want to plug? Teaching, music?
We're on the same wavelength there. Just for you, my friend. Your very own bass beanie.
Oh!
And for you, my friend.
Look at that.
And
it's just in time as well. It's got really cold recently, hasn't it?
I know, man.
Nice.
It's just in time.
You look like you're about to go and rob somewhere. Are you likely to do any? So I guess as with any sort of. What do you want to call it? I was going to say celebrity status, but then a bit of sick came up the back of my throat. But with that sort of the fact that your channel now has got to the size it is, have you got brands contact you saying, do you want to do a signature Rickenbacker bass or something?
Oh, that'd be bloody lovely, wouldn't it? Well, I think I've really tried to do everything the right way. So like all our merch We've trademarked the slogan, by the way.
Right.
Bass is now, at least in this country, it's fully trademarked. But we like have stacks of all this stuff at home. We package it up ourselves, our two-man or one-man, one-woman company, and we ship it all out ourselves. You know, it's all eco-friendly and all this. I just wanted to do everything in the right way as much as possible, and I don't like doing all sponsored adverts, anything like that.
Okay.
So, you know, I could probably be a lot less poor than I actually am if I did do it. But I just thought I only get one chance at doing this the right way. So you won't see me doing bloody, oh, before we start, let me tell you about Mobile Strike on the whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just did though, didn't I? I'm not getting paid for that. Yeah, I think with brands it's a little bit different. I'm happy to, if I actually care about the brand, I am more than happy if they want to send me stuff and I'll use it, you know. Like I was down at Rotor Sound Strings yesterday, and that's not just because, like,
It's not Jason. It's not James. It's Jason.
Jason, yeah.
We sat talking about this, and I was telling Danny about.
I knew you got the name.
Yeah,
wrong.
just as you said it, I know it's not James at Rotor Sound. It's Jason.
And
anyway.
he's the main fella.
Yes.
And he's my fucking height, and he's into his punk rock, and he was a great guy. He built all the machines himself and stuff. And it's like, I just actually like the product. It's the best strings for what I do. It's not like the first company came to me and said, you know, will you join up? And I was like, oh yeah, I want a string endorsement. It's like, I did actually message Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
And they were just like, they said, sorry, we love your stuff, but we have no artist program, we do no custom shops, nothing like that. So I just like,
They are an enigma.
Yeah.
Rickenbacker. They have got this relatively small production plant in California that for as long as I can literally remember selling guitars has had a waiting list for sort of 4003, 4001 basses and guitars that is 2 years long.
Right.
And you're like, why don't you just make more? And they're just like, well, because we'd have to move the factory to expand the production, and we just don't want to. And they're literally just like, they've just stayed absolutely maxed out of this relatively small production thing, and I admire that. And I think they don't need to promote themselves. All that would happen if they promoted themselves, the waiting list would go from 2 years to 4 years. It's like, it doesn't help anybody, you know.
No.
So yeah, it's a cool brand.
In all honesty, like I love me Rickenbacker. I'm still paying that off as well. It's 1975.
Cool.
It sounds great, but it's not the ideal bass for me. I like short or medium scale basses because of these, and I'm still looking for my ideal bass. Which, well, you've got plenty downstairs.
Maybe we'll go shopping. Maybe now is a good moment maybe to go shopping.
Yeah.
And so here is the challenge, Mr. Sapko, should you choose to accept it. You've been driving from your home up, in Yorkshire, down to a gig in Guildford, and right outside the store, one of our delivery vehicles has driven up the back of your car, written off all your gear. Your Rickenbacker snapped in half.
Oh my God.
Your Aguilar amplifier's in bits.
Oh God.
And I've generously said, I'm really, really sorry, but you can have £1,000 in Andertons to run in and grab what you need for your gig tonight.
Well, that doesn't cover my bass and my amp. But okay.
Read the small print. So that's it. So yes, you've got £1,000. We're going to go into the store. We're going to see what you can find. I'm kind of interested as well if anything else catches your eye, just like as a talking point. So if you see something crazy expensive and you want to have a chat about that, we can do as well. But should we head on over to the shop?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm not going to take my Tetley beer with me because I think it shows a bad image to the staff at Andertons who are all contractually not allowed to drink whilst they're working.
Choo-choo, you bastards.
I shall be your personalised shopper.
Wow.
As we are now about to embark. We don't do many bass-orientated shopping videos, so you're about to see a room that you probably don't see so often in videos that I'm in. So look, we've got some bass guitars out the front, and we've got some bass guitars in our little room here. Like I say, I associate you with a Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
And it's one of those shapes that very few brands do like a copy of a... I think you can get like the sort of Harley Benton type own brand type things. But you know, brands like Fender and Ibanez and Music Man and stuff, they don't really go anywhere near that.
There is no copying a Rickenbacker, you see. But I mean, I just need to find something with a similar character, you know?
I get the impression that modern basses aren't your, like I couldn't see you, let me just try this on for size. I couldn't see you, or could I?
No.
Could you dingwall it?
No, I could not.
No, it's I'm a great bassist, but it doesn't.
Dingwall it yourself.
Come on, there must be so many dingbat opportunities to do with a dingwall. So what about like a bit modern? So like a sort of, you know, like a Music Man inspired
That's
kind
nice.
of thing.
I do like that.
You could
rock that. It's a 5-string.
Oh, sorry.
For God's sake.
Is that a thing? Like, are you hyper? Not. I know. I don't mean from a comedic value, but obviously, is it just?
I don't like it.
You just don't need it.
I don't like it. I don't need it. It's a Yorkshire thing to be afraid of anything new, and 5 strings are too new.
It feels you're almost describing. I mean, I know you play a Rickenbacker, but P bass then presumably like the original electric bass is just that's your. That is for me. That's the thing, you know.
The only problem is, and you know, I absolutely love them, and I have a few. It's just a little bit for my little arms and my little fingers. Yeah. I want like a short or medium scale P bass, which doesn't really exist.
I've often thought that it took a long time for the mass-produced bass market to really work out that P basses and jazz basses are enormous for beginners.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you sort of think, and that's where actually that's an interesting. So that's a nice one, isn't it? That's kind of cool, isn't it?
I've not seen that.
Neither have I. So it's like a Jaguar body, but with a P bass.
And it just says Jag.
I don't know if that. So it's a Mark Hopper signature bass.
Oh, okay. I see. Right.
So I didn't know that. So got. I mean, that'll sound fat with a couple. Yeah, man. Couple of. Is that shorter scale?
I don't think so.
It doesn't feel like it, does it? I think that's almost like a. There we go.
Everything's too many strings, too long, too new.
I know it's not. I know it's too big again.
That's got to be
but
Guns N' Roses.
Visually, isn't it? I see Danny Sapko written all over that.
That's nice. That is very nice. I do like a J pickup in there as well. This is Duff McKagan, isn't it?
Is that his signature?
I don't know.
It is?
Yeah.
Good knowledge.
Yeah, man.
Good knowledge.
We're getting there. A little skull on the back.
Why not? If you were the bass player in Guns N' Roses, you could ask for anything you wanted. What else have we got? Let's have a wander out. There was a few hanging up that I thought looked cool.
I do love a Stingray, I have to admit. I really do like him.
I think it's the only bass for me that isn't a P bass or a jazz bass that is utterly iconic. Well, maybe your Rickenbacker as well fits into that
the violin bass.
Yeah, true. I don't think I've ever really played a violin bass.
No, but I feel like it's in. When people think of a bass guitar, that'd be in the top 5, I think, looking at it.
This is a Marmite or Bovril colour. Are you in the camp, are you? I mean, that's awesome camp, but it's very...
What do you call... it's got a funny name, hasn't it?
The colour is... I don't know why it's called Antigua Burst.
Antigua.
I mean, I've been to Antigua.
It doesn't look like that.
Not really, no. Fortunately, can you imagine if the beaches looked like that? You'd be like, ooh.
Oh, there we go. There's my little P
perfect.
bass.
That was the one. Yeah, there we go. The Danny Sapko signature Squire. Oh. That is no.
It'd be so easy to play.
Right. These are a bit weird looking.
Oh yeah. I've seen these. I've not tried one before.
That is very you.
And this is short scale.
I think it's a 30-inch scale, so that counts as medium scale.
Short.
Is it short? Is it? Okay, cool.
This has got Rickenbacker character, I'd say. I like it.
I like the bridge on it. Well, hold on to that. I mean, there's black or green.
Well, no, everything I do is on a green screen, so it'd be nice to play a green bass for once. I can never play them. It's like glittery, isn't it?
So I think it's called Sherwood Green, that one, but it's a
Sherwood.
great looking. I like all this stuff. Like it's a different kind of bridge, and you got the wide range humbuckers on here as well.
It feels like the bridge is quite far up the body.
Well, I guess maybe that's how they make the scale shorter rather than making the neck shorter.
know, but if
Maybe
you
they've
look
just
at-
pushed the bridge up slightly. Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
How? I
That's,
don't
that's,
understand.
that
It's like the
almost
body.
That's like the same scale length as the Mustang, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just with a much bigger body.
Yeah, it just sticks out down here. I like it.
All right, well look, that's
this
they're
one.
about 400 quid.
Okay.
So you've got 600 quid left if you want to spend it to find a little amplifier.
Right.
And what's your brand of choice amp-wise?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't find one for, 600 quid, but I like an Ampeg SVT.
So you're old school,
Yeah.
big, powerful valve.
Yeah, man.
Grungy.
Have you got one for 600 quid?
No, but we've got Ampeg. Obviously, they do the Rocket series, which is their sort of solid
Oh,
state.
yeah, man.
I mean, this is 200 watts, isn't it? Well, that's more than gigable. Oh no, this is what the 112. So this is 100 watts. That's
100
still
watts,
100
yeah.
watts. You give the sound man the DI out the back, you'd be all right there. What have you got on here? Super Grit technology.
Super grit. Oh, I need a bit of super grit.
There we are. Sold.
How much?
These are about 400 quid as well.
So I'm in budget.
So you've got £200 left spare, which you can either get paid out as a sort of cash apology for crashing into your car. You could have a couple of pedals, or you could have 400 cans of Tetley.
Well, I don't need it. This is all I need. This and this. I don't need any pedals.
You're not a pedal guy.
I could have a tuner maybe, but I'll have a clip-on tuner.
You're
I
so
won't,
old school. I love it. All right. Well, look. I'll take the amp. You take the bass. We'll set up a drum kit. And we'll have a little bit of a jam.
All right.
What the f***? That is nuts.
With the cameras off.
That was great. Yeah, that was all done. Yeah, it's great. It was hilarious. There's some great pans over the camera. I loved it. Yeah, that's great.
That was ace, man. Because I thought I didn't even realise cameras were on at first.
No, that's it.
That's the beauty.